Now, there are few things worse than having your pet stolen, and the trends in the data on pet thefts are all heading in the wrong direction. As the number of stolen dogs in the UK reaches a 7-year high, one campaigner who herself understands this pain only too well, she's dedicated the last 15 years to finding and reuniting them with their families. Very pleased to say that Debbie Matthews joins us on the programme. Debbie, a very good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on.
No, and I suppose I should start by asking who that furry one is that you're holding there.
This is Pepper. She's our campaigning dog. She's our pet bed reform dog, so she's been helping.
And I'm sure helping out helping out loads. Can we talk just a little bit specifically about the crime before we kind of go into the depths on this? Why are so many dogs being stolen at the moment? Is it simply because there is now a marketplace for those dogs?
Yes, during the pandemic, we saw an increase of families wanting dogs and puppies. So we saw more dogs being stolen for breeding. And now, of course, the prices have gone sky high. You know, to buy a puppy now, it's £1,500 to buy a puppy. So this year, we've seen a trend in puppies being stolen because it's instant cash for people. So it's very worrying and very upsetting that the new figures have just shown another 13% increase, which is just awful.
You talked about how upsetting it is. I mean, you know only too well. I mean, your two dogs, Gizmo and Widget, I should say, were taken back in 2006. How was that for you?
It's the most devastating crime. That they're part of your family, irreplaceable, priceless. You can't put a price on your dogs. Children get terribly affected. The elderly, a dog could be their only companion, the reason they get up every day. It's devastating. You don't eat, you don't sleep. It's very hard to move on with your life. It's a life-changing event.
I was showing you a picture there of you with your father, Bruce Forsyth. Sadly missed, of course. I wonder if for him, I mean, I think I can tell by the smile on his face, was he as big a dog fan as you are?
Absolutely. I mean, he was the one who got me going on dogs. We've always had dogs in the family, and it was only because of him that I got the two dogs back, because we did a media campaign. And the two people who'd bought Widget and Gizmo were watching the programme we were on, and we got both dogs back. So it was like a miracle to me. But it was wonderful that he could help. He was thrilled he could help. And for years afterwards, people were still saying to him, "Did you get your dogs back?" So it was lovely.
Well, you continue in your mission to try and help people be reunited with their pets. I suspect you might not want to talk in too much depth about your tactics, but I'm wondering about how you're able to do that. Is it simply a matter of finding the people selling the dogs and then intervening?
Well, I work very closely with Dog Lost, who have police coordinators, and they have if you want to see how many dogs are missing, if you go on their website, you'll see. But with the direct line figures, it's showing that more French Bulldogs, Jack Russells, Chihuahuas, Pugs, everybody's vulnerable because we all have dogs, so you've all got to be really careful. We started our campaigning back in 2014 with Stolen and Missing Pets Alliance, and we've been to Parliament. We've had 2 debates, 3 successful petitions, and now we've got the law changing. And that's been more my side of campaigning and getting things changed, because the law needs to change so that there are deterrents in place to stop these thieves.
I have to ask you this question, Debbie, perhaps the most serious one of the interview. What do you think of cats?
I love cats. I love all of them.
Sorry, I had to ask. I'm very much...
There's actually a problem with cat theft too, but the government are only going down the dog abduction at the moment, but they're open to including cats, which we hope they will.
That explains something, because I thought that chipping was pretty much across the board these days, but it's basically dogs, is it, that are getting chipped rather than kind of other animals that might be able to escape or get stolen?
Well, cats, the DEFRA are planning on making it compulsory for cats to be microchipped at the end of this year. But we have a loophole in the system with microchips, because if you walk into the vet with Pepper, say, if the vet doesn't check the microchip registration, I don't get my dog back. And that's another side of the campaigning that we're on, trying to get the vets to check all pets at first presentation. And this will help get the sold-on dogs back home.
Debbie, we're going to have to leave it there, but we wish you well with your campaign. Debbie Matthews, lovely to have you on the programme.
Thank you very much.
Quick look at the weather.